Hey there, Cannasaurs. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Saturday, December 14th. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great weekend. In this video, we're going to be doing another rapid fire news update, this time December 7th to the 13th. A little bit light on the news this week, so it should be a shorter video. But again, it's not a deep dive detail, it's just a high level overview in case you missed it, and you can dive into it more in your own time. Before we jump into the news, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe. Tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future content. And as always, this is not financial advice, this is for entertainment purposes only. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Also, wanted to let everybody know I'm going to be interviewing Martin Lucas, the investor. And I had some questions from the community, and I had some suggestions from the community to have him on. And I know he's a big Tilray fan, and I also just found out that he's an XRP fan, so it should be a great show. And XRP, my number one crypto, and Tilray, my number one MJ holding. But full disclosure, XRP is my largest crypto holding, and in terms of dollar, value, XRP is worth more dollar-wise than my entire MJ portfolio, to kind of put it into perspective. So like I said, I just found out he's an XRP fan as well. So it should be, like I said, a great show. I'm going to hopefully have him on this week. If not next week, I'll keep everybody posted. If anybody does have any questions, please let me know. I'll field any questions. I might even do a live stream as well, where we can field questions directly on the live chat. So it should be fun. Appreciate all the support. Jumping into the news, so Organogram took the top Canadian market share position with Motive Labs acquisition. That was for $90 million, and it makes Organograms the nation's top vape company as well. And I've already posted a video on this. If you haven't seen it, you can dive into that more on your own time. Canopy Growth and Acreage confirmed Canopy USA's completed acquisition of Acreage, and that occurred as expected on December 9th, 2024. I posted some videos on this in the past. I think Canopy Growth is going to make it long term, honestly. The more I look into it, the more it just seems like it's too big to fail. And, Acreage had a lot of political ties in it, so you can make of that what you will. But, I think at the end of the day, Canopy, it's been troubled, but, I think it has so many political ties. If you remember that video with Mark Andreessen, they talked about Choke Point 1.0 that had to do with MJ and guns, and then 2.0 had to do with, debanking and crypto, etc. And, he even said in a video that when it came to AI, that basically the government told him that it's only going to be 2 or 3 AI companies. Like, don't even start any startups, right? It's going to be 2 or 3 companies selected by the government, and they're going to be regulated by the government, and you might as well not even try, right? And I think the same thing is happening with MJ. It's happened with pretty much every industry, right? So, at the end of the day, I think Canopy Growth will be just fine. And it seems like the world elites and political powers and the elites, the powers that be, they have their hands all over it. So, it smelled funky from the beginning when we initially found out that Acreage wasn't going to get any shares. That's awful, and my heart goes out to those that were affected by that. But at the end of the day, I think Canopy Growth will make it long term. It just has way too many political ties for the company not to succeed, in my opinion. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on that in the comment section below. Also, Trulieve to open medical MJ dispensary in Tampa, Florida, and also opening a dispensary in Columbus, Georgia. Moving on, we had former world leaders saying international war on drugs is a failure on its own terms. Drug use itself is not the issue. It has been part of human societies for centuries. The real problem lies in how society responds to it. And I would agree with that. The United States and Canada should fully decriminalize the use and possession of drugs rather than double down on a failed drug war, according to a new report from Global Commission on Drug Policy. So like I said, I think times are changing. Over the next few years, we're going to see some major reform, specifically in the US. Also, MJ can significantly improve the quality of life for youth with autism, epilepsy, and other conditions, scientific reviews say. As more research is being done, it'll only continue to increase as well as the US removes it from Schedule 1, Schedule 3, full-blown descheduling, right? It's going to open up way more research and clinical trials, etc. And also, moreover, on this, Epidiolex delivers positive results for a third rare condition called TSC, as medicine of the future continues to take hold. Also, DEA judge provides timeline for witness testimony in the MJ rescheduling hearing. So the DEA administrative law judge, John Mulrooney, has ordered witness testimony to begin in the matter of MJ's federal reclassification as Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, January 21st, 2025. and bearing a stay in the proceedings, witness testimony will take place every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday through the week of March 3rd. So this should be a great catalyst in 2025. We're probably not going to see safer banking as part of a lame duck session here. It's more than likely going to be a 2025 issue as well. And we might even see some sort of safe harbor and uplisting to the NYSE and the NASDAQ for a lot of these US MSOs. So 2025 is shaping up to be an incredible year by the looks of it for the MJ industry. And it looked like it was going to be, toward the end of 2024. Unfortunately, it's hard to predict time, and a lot of the catalysts that we were looking for just didn't happen, right? We didn't get rescheduling. We didn't get Florida approval. I mean, it came darn close, right, at 57% versus the required 60%. So, at the end of the day, the thesis is still correct. It's been prolonged, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that big tech, crypto, AI still hadn't topped out yet. We're just waiting for those to top out, and I think, I've always been saying as well that I think crypto is going to get legislation first. Once we get clear rules of the road for crypto, then the focus will be on MJ after that, right? MJ laws. Also, Boston Beer Company launches Emerald Hour, a new line of non-alcoholic MJ cocktails. So it kind of reminds me of some of the cocktails from Tilray and Trust Beverages before they acquired them. Ginger lime, yeah. Some of these, the cranberry citrus, yeah, they're actually the exact same. So interesting. I'm not even sure if Tilray still has those beverages, but they kind of just been releasing all different flavors to kind of field the market and see what sort of response they got. We do have some information coming with regards to Tilray beverages in just a moment as well. Also, Organigram is set to report fourth quarter and fiscal 2024 results on December 18th, 2024. So that'll be next week on Wednesday. I'll definitely be covering this. I'll have to do an earnings prep video and then also a review of their earnings. And I'm looking to have Bina Goldenberg on the channel at some point soon for an interview. So stay tuned for that. If you'd like to see an Organigram interview with Bina, please let me know. And if you do have any questions, once it's confirmed, I can reach out to the community and get any questions answered. And here we are here, Tilray AMA. So this was the Ask Me Anything with Carl Merton, CFO, and they talked about how MJ Beverages offer the biggest opportunity, and I would agree, right? If you look at alcohol and it's the closest industry that we have. Like, beverages are massive, right? Like, it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's just the form factor is so easy, right? Not everybody wants to smoke. Even Seth Rogen's, what was the name of the houseplant? He came out recently saying that not everybody wants to smoke it, and it's a healthier alternative to alcohol, healthier alternative to smoking, right? You're not combusting it. But overall, I think it's just part of society, right? That's how we consume a lot of these. You're not going to be able to light up a joint, right? You're not going to be able to go to unless it's like a football game and you have a place where you can smoke outside. There's a designated smoking area. Okay. But if you're at a hockey game or something like that, you're never going to be able to light up a joint, right? So beverages are going to be the preferred form factor. And it's just, it's part of society at this point. And it's just enjoyable, right? You can sit there and you can sip on it for 20, 30 minutes, right? And you're not stinking up the place as well. But Carl Merton was faced with shareholders on Reddit after market close on Tuesday, addressing a wide range of questions from the company's plans to Europe and when the company expects to turn a profit. I think, late 2025, we could see Tilray really start to hit some major profitability metrics. And curious to hear what Martin Lucas, the investor, has to say about this as well. But I think MJ Beverages are massively underrated. Speaking of beverages as well, we're thrilled to announce the official launch of Herb and Bloom. So we knew that this was one of the brands coming out from Tilray, and this has to do with their HD9 beverages and offerings. So I'd love to see it. If anybody has tried these, please let me know. Also, Tilray appoints new independent board member. So this took a lot of people by surprise, and it had to do with AYR. So Tilray, a leader in blah, 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 812 million. Yeah, so just to kind of give some background, announced the appointment of Stephen M. Cohen to its board of directors effective immediately. Cohen will serve as a Class 3 board member until 2027 annual meeting of stockholders. The company maintains a strong liquidity position with a current ratio of 2.47, indicating robust short-term financial health. The company's board confirmed that Cohen meets the criteria for independent for independence under the NASDAQ Stock Market Securities Exchange Act, qualifying him for his new role in any committee appointments. Cohen's extensive background includes serving as interim CEO of AYR Wellness, Inc. since September 2024 and as an adjunct professor at New York Law School. His previous roles encompass Chief Administrative Officer and General Counsel at McAndrews and Forbes Incorporated and board positions at Whole Earth Brands and other prominent organizations. There's been a lot of speculation on what this could mean. I don't think there's any, major, under the hood deals or anything happening at the moment, just because he joined as a board member. But, I ultimately do think that there's going to be a huge wave of consolidation in the US, right? Like there's still thousands of producers here in Canada. We don't need that. If you look at the alcohol industry, it's scores, right? Like 10 to 20 major companies. And I think there'll be a similar outcome with MJ companies, right? In the US, it's probably even worse. So there's going to be a huge wave of consolidation, M&A activity. And, you're going to see Canadian LPs become MSOs. You're already seeing that with Canopy and Acreage. You're already seeing that with a lot of other names as well. Cureleaf bought Northern Green Canada, so now it's effectively an MSO and a licensed producer. So you're going to see these mega mergers eventually as well. And I've always been in the camp of thinking that AYR is more than likely going to get acquired. I don't think AYR has what it takes to make it long term. They got a lot of debt, and there's just fierce competition. They were a big bet on Florida as well, and that didn't come to fruition. So I think there's going to be some tough times ahead for Air Wellness. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on that and what it could mean. But ultimately, I do think that there'll be a buyout target at some point. All right, going in there, video was a little bit longer than I expected, but generally these videos go somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes in length. But let me know what you think of this news. It's Rod with POW Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.